Now we're moving on to the main event. Derek Brunson versus Edmund the Golden Boy Shibazian at 185 pounds. This one, I'm like super excited about this one because you have two really good fighters in this one. Derek Brunson, he's an American. He's 20-7 overall. He's 36 years old, so he's a little bit older. He's 6 feet 1 inches tall, and he's 11-5 in the UFC. Mm-hmm. So he's been around for a long time. He's got a lot of good, significant wins. We'll jump into those in a little bit. But who he's going against is Edmond Shibazian, who's 5-0 in the UFC right now. He's American. He's 11-0 as a fighter total. He's 22 years old, so he's super young, which is why I note the difference between the 36 and the 22 here. He's 6 feet 2 inches tall, so he's kind of tall. Mm-hmm. And he's finished every single one of his fights in the UFC in the first round.
Except for the Darren Stewart fight.
Except for the Darren... Oh, that's the one that he won by decision.
That was the Ultimate Fighter finale, split decision win.
Yeah, outside of that one, that was a split decision win for him. Mm-hmm. What do you think about these guys?
I think I'm just as excited as you, but not really for Derek Brunson. I mean, so Derek Brunson, he is a D2 wrestler. I think everybody knows what he's...
University of North Carolina.
Yeah, I think everybody knows what his game plan is going to be coming in.
Yep.
You know, he's also a BJJ brown belt under Renzo Gracie. Mm-hmm. So he's comfortable on the ground. He wants this fight on the ground. When you look at Shabazian, he looks phenomenal. He looks like the future of 185, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking 22 years old, and if you watch his what has he got? 5 UFC
fights in the UFC. 5-0.
If you watch all of them, he has insanely high fight IQ for a 22-year-old.
So he's finished 10 of his 11 fights, and the one that he didn't finish was that split decision win. But the 10 that he finished were all in the first round.
Yeah,
all of them in the first round.
All first round finishes. Brad Tavares knocked him out with a nasty head kick after dropping him early in the round.
And that's the crazy thing, because we see a lot of these guys, and it's like, okay, you're looking at the record, and you're like, okay, he's knocking all these guys out or submitting all these guys in the first round.
Yeah.
You know, are they all cans? You know, what are they doing? But then you come into the UFC, you're on a 5-fight win streak, 4 of them in the first round.
Yeah.
And those guys, Brad Tavares, that is not a slouch. That was supposed to be a big test for him, and he cut through him like a knife through butter, man.
Well, even the Jack Marshman fight, man. Jack Marshman came in there. He had just beat John Phillips, and then he comes in there and gets beat by Shabazian. Gets tapped out.
Yeah.
And my question was, okay, we haven't seen a lot of Shabazian on the ground.
Yeah.
And then we watched that fight, and we're like, okay, this kid looks...
Yeah, you don't want to see him on the ground because he's going to tear some people up.
He's relentless. He's just a beast, dude, and I'm really excited to watch Shabazian. I'm excited for his future, and I really, really, really think that Derek Brunson's in trouble in this one. What do you think?
Yeah, well, you know, ultimately here, though, we also have to remember, like, how experienced Derek Brunson is.
He is experienced.
And he has some, like, great wins. So, like you said, we know what he's going to do. He's going to try to take him down. But you have to think about this. He knocked out Daniel Kelly. He knocked out Lyoto Machida.
Yep.
He knocked out Uriah Hall.
There was those.
So while he does have the ground game stuff, most of his wins don't come by submission on the ground. They come by knockout. He has 10 wins by knockout, and he has 6 decision wins. So he has just as many knockout wins as he does decision and submission wins combined. All right? So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. The problem I think that is going to happen is because he's so comfortable and he has so much faith in the power in his hands, and he does have some decent striking, I think he's going to try to stand. And as we've seen so far, that's proven to be a mistake.
He has 5 knockout losses.
Exactly. I think that Edmund Shahbazyan is going to knock him out in round 1.
You know what? I agree. Shabazian, knockout, round 1. Bow.